Hello, dear listener. 'Tis I, Ben, here with a pre-show announcement to let you know that we are going to be in the Melbourne International Comedy Festival this year. We're very excited. We've got a show called DPR Legends. That's right, Dice Paper Roll Legends. We'll be bringing you our very own special versions of myths and legends of many various forms, which means we can do pretty much anything. We'll be joined by lots of special guests, both old and new. We'll be doing 12 shows from the 27th of March until the 18th of April, and they are Friday and Saturday nights at 9:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. on Saturdays at the Music Room in Trades Hall in Melbourne. If you're interested, you can check out more information on the comedyfestival.com.au website, or there is a link on our very own website, which is, of course, dicepaperroll.com. So head on over, check it out. We can't wait to see you all. And in the meantime, we hope you enjoy our very last live episode from the Adelaide Fringe Festival 2019, expertly DM'd by the Mr. Greg Pickering. And we will be back in a fortnight with the rest of Book 2. Yay!
All right, good evening, everyone. Just before we start tonight, we would like to acknowledge, come on in. We would like to acknowledge that the land we meet on today is the traditional lands for the Kaurna people, and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We also acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region, and that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still as important today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the last show in Adelaide Fringe for the cast of Dice Paper Roll Live!
We finally did a graceful entrance.
That was the best one yet.
That was the best one.
No one fell
yet.
over. The beers are all there.
We didn't even plan it. It was amazing.
1 out of 8 ain't bad.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Now, we are going to get stuck into it really soon, but we'd just like to do a bit of a quick survey of the room. Hands up. Who's played D&D before? Excellent. Who has never played D&D before?
That's it. The fighting pit for you.
Awesome. So you got no idea what you're in store for. Fantastic. Awesome. Basically, super quick rundown. We have over here our Dungeon Master. He is going to be the storyteller and the narrator for the show. So he tells us what we encounter. We each play a different character. We say what we want to do, but we also have to roll dice to see if we can do it. So in our hands here, we're only going to be rolling D20s tonight, which means they have 20 sides and 20 numbers, 1 to 20. Basically, if you roll a 1, it's shit, and if you roll a 20, it is awesome. So the higher, the better. That makes sense so far? Yes. Perfect. Yes. Awesome. The other thing we need from you all is to be our 6th cast member. If at any point you feel the inspiration to add a sound effect to the show, we'd like a bit of an audioscape for our shows to set the atmosphere here. Please feel free. If you see us kind of hold our mics out to you, it means we want the sound effect. Come on in, sir. It means we want the sound effect for what we're currently talking about. For example, Emil.
A pack of charging capybaras. Oh, that took me right back to the Amazon. Well done. Yeah.
What about a village of gnomes fleeing from a terrible monster?
Without question, every single time we ask for some kind of audience suggestion, there is someone screaming. Every time.
Well, we do give them fairly terrifying situations, to be fair.
That is fair.
What about a market where they sell soft, plushy toys?
Fresh fish!
Oh, the old fresh fish plushy doll. That's the
No
one.
one's screaming in that one, though, which is a surprise.
Yeah, distinct lack of screaming.
Perfect. Do we need another one? I think we're okay.
I think we're pretty good. I think everyone's warmed up.
So thanks for coming, everyone. My name's Ben, and the character I play in this show is named Snatch, and he's a halfling rogue. If you're not familiar with D&D, halflings are like hobbits from Lord of the Rings. They're short of stature, but big of heart and appetite and greed. They like shiny things and eating, and Snatch is just freaking awesome, isn't he, guys?
Amazing.
Only because it's yes and.
Yes, and yes.
I'm Dan. I play Thundel, the human fighter and cleric of Tempest. So he's human, pretty vanilla in terms of the universe of D&D. You know, not all fancy horns or angel wings. It's just a human. But he wears plate armor, and he loves his god Tempest. He's got a little bit of anxiety. He has, but he's courageous. He wants to be a leader, and he will do whatever he goddamn can to try and make it happen, even if he fails time and time and time again.
Which he often does.
Yeah,
It
which he
happens
does.
so
Yeah.
much. My dice, God. Anyways,
I'm Jack, and I'm playing Ariki's Song, a tiefling bard. Yeah. So, a tiefling bard, you know what a bard is. They sing, they use charismatic language, so perfect pick. A tiefling is, it's like a devil person made, like, got horns. Oh, I'm playing a woman as well.
And a lute. You have a lute.
Oh, and a lute, yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay.
That's a lot to handle, mate.
Yeah, right.
It's a lot to remember.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Emil. I play Bracco, the Goliath barbarian. He's 7 foot tall. He is all muscle. Well, I mean, he is, but he's got like skin that looks like rock, and he likes to bake. Haven't found a way of working that into the shows yet. These guys don't know it, but it's part of my rich and highly developed backstory. He also, on occasion, transforms into a mighty werewolf shape changer, but, you know, it may or may not happen, so I don't want to get your hopes up too early for a bit of Bracco werewolf. Just be aware. Aware.
you made the gag and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, I was off the cuff.
Hi, everybody. My name's Greg.
I love that.
Hi, Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Sorry, just leaving a pregnant pause there.
There we go.
Oh, everyone's been slayed. Look at them. Oh, jeez. How do they handle it? Oh.
And I am, tonight I am the Dungeon Master for our adventure, which means I play everybody else and set the scene for the players. Now, before we start, our games are a safe and inclusive place. So that's really important to us. You might see that there are some red cards spaced around the audience. We're dealing with a couple of issues tonight that we don't usually approach. And we just want to make sure that this is a safe and inclusive space. So if you are ever feeling that we are straying into territory that is uncomfortable for you, please hold up the card and we will immediately change our tact. And yes, I get the message. No more Greg puns. Okay.
Very funny. You're so funny. All of you. But seriously.
All right.
No one's holding up the red cards for me closing the door. Good.
Good.
You're locked in here with us.
You're not.
No, please, if you need to go to the bathroom, please do. This is
all good.
Yeah. Once upon a time, in the mystical land of fairy tales, all was not well. Rumours of evil deeds have swept the countryside, but no wizard, no monster, no wolf in grandma's clothes is to blame. No, the evildoer at the centre of the controversy is none other than Prince Charming himself.
Shocking.
That 'Tis unbelievable.
Prince Charming has been accused of harassing his subjects. The royal family have scrambled to find the truth of these matters, as the rumours have been both terribly damaging to their popular support and also to their stock value.
And in other news, shares in the royal family tumbled 3 points today to an all-time low, wiping at least 13 schmeckles from the schmeckle market. That's a thing I just made up.
And yet it's down.
The Tide 4... Let's not explore that too deeply.
No. Different kind of show.
The Tide 4, drawn by the investigation and keen to bring justice for the parties, have signed on to investigate the complaints. We find our adventurers in the King's castle, receiving instructions from the King himself, King Jack.
Greg, that's my name.
Oh,
Jack's the everyman in fairy tales.
yeah, he's the
though,
everyman,
right?
yeah. The Jack and Jill.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool.
Welcome, adventurers. Thank you for answering my call. Now, while the main suspect is in fact my son, Prince Devon Roomy, I want y'all to know that I am completely impartial in this particular matter, and I simply want closure and justice for all the people involved, which is why I have offered an upfront reward for this investigation of 1,000 gold pieces to show my impartiality.
Clearly.
Well, yeah.
Really.
Well, King Jack, if that is indeed the case, then we will investigate to the best of our abilities, and I'm afraid that even if it's something you won't like, we will come to you with the news and break it honestly.
Well, that would be much appreciated, and as I have paid you, I would like you to come to me first instead of the media outlets.
That's I don't know about that. We will see how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, you understand we're completely objective as well.
Yeah, I think if anything, I mean, we'd have to go to some kinds of authorities or anything
Well-
if there's anything that we come across that we need to let them know.
Well, that's good, because I am the king, so I am the authority.
Yeah, he's got a point there.
Oh, he's got a very good point there.
That's
We're
how
kinda-
feudalism works.
Look, quick group huddle.
Yeah.
How's about we do agree to give him the news first, but if we don't like his reaction, then we just go fucking fuck crazy and just tell everyone.
Okay, yeah,
All
that
right,
sounds really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sounds
We
good.
can always fucking kill him, right? You know?
I know, we've committed
I'm still
regicide
right
before.
here.
Huh, what?
What?
Well, I could really
We're in
kill
a
a
group
Pav right now.
huddle.
Just really enjoy it.
I also love Pav.
Me too.
Okay,
So good.
great.
Love to bake.
Nice
Yes, got it
aside.
in
Let's
there.
move on.
So quickly, wow.
Just to be clear, Your Highness, what kind of penalties are there if we go against your wishes?
Well, look, of course, I am completely impartial in
Yeah, you've
this
said that
matter.
a few
and
times.
Said that.
I,
It makes
I
me believe
respect
it.
your impartiality. There are no penalties for finding the truth, although there have been investigations into the royal family before, and those who find the right outcome have been rewarded with titles. I don't know, my barons sometimes just appreciate, a little helping hand.
This is getting fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Look, there are...
I'll have one, thank you very much. Make a nice fish pie later. That's two.
There are...
Two baking jokes.
There are a number of complainants that need to be interviewed. Of course, my police force have already interviewed and found no wrongdoing, and which is why my chief detective will go along with you to guide you along the way.
Oh, yeah? And who's he?
His name is Butt Flaps Homicide.
He sounds like the man for the job.
Serious chap. Must be a very
he
serious
sounds
chap.
like a great detective.
Yeah, he had a cop show in the 70s.
Yeah, right. Well, I look forward to hearing what information he can give us.
Fantastic. If you could provide him with a theme song as well, that would be much appreciated.
Now or when he walks in?
That was fine. What you
Oh,
did
okay.
just
All right.
that was.
Okay, so we just go.
It's me, Bud Flaps Homicide.
I'm so happy to meet you.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm a very big fan.
Me too.
Big fan.
Extremely big fan.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Well,
Okay.
I hope it won't get in the way of us working together.
Well,
I swear I won't bother you very much. Would you mind signing my arm knee?
I would be delighted to sign your arm knee. Here you go.
Oh, butt flaps on me. Butt flaps has touched me.
All right. Let's keep you cool, man. Keep you cool.
Yeah, he's not going to respect us if we
Just
just...
had a lunchbox with his face on it, and
I know.
used
I
to
had
watch
his playing cards. I know.
Every day after school,
I had
I'd
the
watch
Pogs.
reruns of Butt Flaps Homicide MD. Oh.
Yeah, my collectible pogues were quite popular.
I had all of them. There was Butt Flaps. There was Jimmy.
I even saw your 3-run spin-off show where you hosted a variety show that didn't go so well.
3 out of 10 cats.
Yeah, I mean, good concept. Good concept. The idea of having 10 cats and then 3 dogs amongst them, and you have to pick it. I mean, it sounded good on paper, but in practice, quite easy.
Yeah, never work with animals. Okay. So let me take you to the first scene of the crime. But as we're traveling, I just have to tell you, I'm real surprised by these accusations against Prince Charming. He has been raised in the most traditional of fashions.
But Flaps, are you really surprised? I mean, honestly, it doesn't really surprise me at all.
Don't question Butt Flaps Homicide.
Really?
know,
I mean, the traditional values of hereditary lordship and landowners having the vote seems to have worked perfectly up till now, right? Right?
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
Yeah.
This is hard. This is a message I disagree with coming from a childhood hero. I really don't know what to do with that information.
Yeah, it's going
I'm just going to file that back here in no fucking clue. To be handled later.
It'll make sense by the end of the show, Brackeye. It's okay.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah.
What's a show?
Well, you
I don't know.
You say you're surprised by the actions of this Prince Charming. You know him better than we do. We don't know him at all. Would you mind telling us a bit about him, if it's so out of his character?
Well, he's a prince, you know. He goes about the land doing princely things, spreading the word of the king, you know, as they do. Princes will be princes, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Clearly, the local lords and ladies and commoners don't seem to agree with you, Mr. Butt Flaps.
Can you point out which ones out here are the commoners for me, please, Snatch?
I would, but it's just more of a general.
Okay,
like, there's maybe
yeah.
I
It's the
just,
smell in the room.
I
Let's be
just like
honest.
to be. I like to be inclusive. Yeah,
Every time,
him,
dead
over there,
giveaway.
the fish seller.
We're only just started. We're getting audience members dobbing on other audience members. This is chaos.
This is what I like to cultivate, an atmosphere where people will point the finger at the other and shout, which, and then we can, you know, dunk them in water and do all those other things we do.
Isn't that what people were doing with the prince?
Well, there were some accusations against the prince, but like I said, he is a prince. He surely, you know, would never do anything like that.
But just because he's a prince, like if he has done something bad, that doesn't excuse him from doing it.
Well, it really depends on the circumstance,
Oh,
I
come
guess.
on.
He is the son of Rex, after all.
I thought his name was Jack.
Aye.
Oh, no, his name is Jack, the king.
Yeah,
Rex.
who's Rex?
Rex means king in Latin. Just a little bit of Latin for y'all.
Oh, jeez, Butt Flaps Homicide, you're just so smart.
He's so cool. He knows Latin too. Oh my god.
As you travel along, the adventurers party come across a clearing in the woods. They travel through the woods during the day, and they reach this clearing, and a cottage stands in the center of the clearing. Incredibly well built. The stonework is impeccable. Every stone laid close by each other. The work of master stonemasons. And this cottage stretches up 8 stories, but it's only a small cottage, except for the 8 stories.
Wow, that is impressive.
It looks like just one room stacked on top of itself.
It looks like a tower.
Yeah.
It must be all stairs.
They have a lift. As you approach the cottage, the door bangs open and 7 dwarves come marching out. Beebo, 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 beebo.
That sounds
copyright.
litigious, yeah.
Disney.
Well, good day there. Hello there, dwarfy dwarves.
Hello.
Aye, well met.
Seems inappropriate to address you by your races. What is your names?
Yes, aye. Yeah, it is very inappropriate to
Yeah.
address me by my race.
Felt wrong when it came
me
out of
and
mouth,
the other
but-
6 mates. I'm. Oh, hang on. I got something for this.
Forgotten the names of the 7 dwarves.
Aye. Gloin. This is Balin. This is Palin. This here is Narcolepsy. Cheese. Cheech and Chong. The 7 dwarves, classic.
I mean, you said that one was narcolepsy, but Cheech and Chong seem way more out of it than he does.
Yeah. Good to know we're not being sued then.
Right, well, so this is the first...
What do you want? We've already dealt with that butt flaps homicide.
Well, we're here to conduct our own investigation on the bequest of the king.
the Rex.
King
himself.
Rex / Jack. Rex
It's,
means king, don't you know?
Yeah.
Oh, king. You mean tyrant, right?
Oh, really? Hang on.
No, we meant king.
Wait, we're impartial here. That's
Oh.
What exactly do you
Aye,
mean?
that's his name. What exactly do I mean? Well, he
Aye.
subjugates the other races of our fairy tale land, which I've got a name for, and I can't remember right now.
That's odd. Cheech, why do you not remember things?
I don't know. It's it's hard being a dwarf, even though we're all master craftsmen. We can't get work in the local town because we're dwarves.
What?
Yeah, we're made to live out here in the forest.
I mean, it's quite a nice forest. To be
I mean,
fair.
yeah, it is a good spot,
It's a good
really.
spot. Lots of fresh air.
But we
that's
want to be amongst
ridiculous.
the people.
Yeah, that seems wrong. You're clearly very good at what you do. I mean, the fact that you can't get work is shocking.
Absolutely. Well, hang on, what's my voice? Absolutely.
Well, that was the same.
Yeah, thanks. It's just a bit gravelly, really.
Must get confusing with 7 of you.
Oh, it is.
Oh, that's totally different.
Yeah, that was narcolepsy.
That was narcolepsy.
Eyes off.
Aye, yeah, the shocking preconceptions of the humans, and all led by that king telling everyone things that aren't true.
Well, what kind of things does he say?
Well, he says that dwarves are short.
Well,
Wait.
Shut the fuck up.
Look, I feel like...
I don't...
No,
No.
I feel like...
Just wait.
I feel like as a halfling...
Does never go well.
Actually, yeah, that's a good
I
point.
feel I understand your plight.
Yeah, as a halfling, you should know halflings are smaller than dwarves.
Yeah, well, if you want to get on that train, mate, yes,
Look,
technically.
we're inclusive of all the races.
You might need a stepladder if you want to get on that train.
Rules question.
See, felt wrong coming out the mouth.
So you don't want to insult the dwarves about their height, but you're happy to insult me,
Well,
Brackeye.
you started it.
Yeah, all right, mate.
I have a rules question.
Aye.
Sorry,
Sorry, normal
sorry,
voice.
Just
Sorry.
hold on,
Rules,
everyone.
everybody, just pause. Yeah,
just hold on.
thanks.
Are dwarves shorter or taller than halflings?
Taller.
They're tall. Okay, all right.
Play.
Okay. You can laugh now.
Thanks for bearing with us, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Aye, I'm a dwarf. Yeah, so what are you here investigating with that lick spittle butt flaps homicide?
You take that back.
Oh, bloody hell. All right.
He's got a big fan over here.
He's a spittle lick.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Nothing, because we're impartial. At all times, you can say whatever you like.
Aye, that's what I thought an investigation was all about.
Settle down, George Brown. It's not whatever he likes. Now... My colleague here is correct. We are here as impartial outsiders, and I will not bring things to a violent place, but you just watch what you say about Mr. Homicide.
Well, he does whatever the king tells him.
Does he now?
Yeah.
Listen.
I guess you're here about the whole snowy thing.
No,
Yeah,
tell us.
why
Tell us
don't you
more.
tell us what really happened?
Well, I feel kind of bad saying it. She's not here anymore, which breaks all our hearts, doesn't it, dwarves? Yeah. Yeah, this...
Ah, you're really loud for 7 dwarves.
Yeah, sorry, we got our cousins over.
It's almost like there's...
And a fish guy? What the hell?
Yeah, sorry. Well, Snow White, who's a well-respected herbalist, we took her in when she was a young girl, abandoned in the forest. Happens a lot around these parts, you might have heard. We took her in and raised her, and she became this amazing herbalist, makes cures for all and sundry. And she goes out as part of that. She's got to do a bit of research, right? So she was sampling some herbs, and one of them knocked her clean out.
Oh.
Well, while she was sleeping, Prince Charming came up. Yeah. Oh, shit, that was an early red card.
Was that a legit red card?
Is that a real... No, okay, I'm all right to continue.
Okay.
Prince Charming came up and he kissed her. Well, we fucking saw him and we chased him away.
Well done.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
That is alarming.
Wait, impartial.
Impartial.
Yeah.
No, but he fucking what?
He kissed her while she was sleeping.
Right, take the notes down, save the
Yeah,
judgments till
all right.
later.
Okay.
Remember episode 3 of Butt Flap's homicide? He told everyone about him, episode 3.
Did
Yes.
we learn all of our detectoring from Butt Flap's homicide?
Where else would I learn my detectoring from?
Of course. Impartial.
Impartial.
Narcolepsy. Oh, sorry, no, not narcolepsy.
Sorry.
This is quite disturbing news.
It is. It was disturbing for us to see.
Can this be verified by other people?
Aye, we're eyewitnesses. But no, Butt Flap's homicide won't take our statements, will he? Because we're dwarves and we're not real people.
Well, we don't take that view.
No.
We'll definitely
that's
take your
completely
statement.
We'll gladly take that statement.
Poor Snow White was so distressed, so horrified, she's moved to another town and we're left, just the 7 of us and all our cousins. Even Larry, the fishmonger. Yeah. We all hate him. He fucking stinks.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, is there any other important details that you need to discuss with us? I mean, do we have any questions?
Hang on, let me check my sheet.
Yeah. Do we have any questions for the dwarves?
No, I mean, apart from all the, underlying societal issues that I've pointed you at, no.
Obviously, yeah.
It does seem like there's a socio-economic aspect to this.
What's the economic bit?
Well, the systematic oppression of a certain people causes some sort of gap in terms of the...
No, that's right, we are quite poor, yeah.
Right.
It's the 8 stories that gives it away.
I thought you were making
And
a
the
height joke
Mastercraft.
again, Braco.
We made those with our bare hands and, picks and chisels and stuff.
Working class.
Aye.
Impressive, as I said earlier.
Right. So, do you know where Prince Charming went once you chased him away?
I probably slunk back to his castle like the lickspittle he is.
Have there been any other stories of Prince Charming conducting this
I
kind of
have heard
behaviour?
whispers of other complaints in nearby towns. I'm sure your friend Butt Flap's homicide can show you where to go.
I'm sure he will, because
He always knows the way.
Indeed.
So how do you spell lickspittle? So is it 2 P's or 1?
Yeah, 2 P's.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Spapapittle.
Spit.
Spapapittle.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been most illuminating.
Well, I hope you don't, discard our testimony like Butt Flaps did and get to the bottom of this because, he's been going around claiming Prima Nocta left, right and centre.
Sorry, what?
Who
What
does
does
That's
that mean?
another bit
What?
of Latin for you.
Yeah.
please.
I'm just a layman and a little one.
Oh, it's too horrible. I can't. Oh, it's on the wedding night, and the king comes along and does the.
What?
Yeah, he claims, first right.
Oh! That's fucked.
Yes, that's literally what happened. Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's fucked up.
Yes.
First wrong. Yep. Well,
What?
we should carry on this investigation and find the next complainant and.
Yeah, remain impartial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finding that quite difficult right now, but let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, y'all, let's go down to the next town. And like I told you, those dumbass dwarves don't have anything good to
Were
say.
you standing there the whole time?
No, I
Yeah.
was off taking a piss.
All right.
Yeah, no,
Excellent.
they had some valid points, I kind of felt.
Valid points from a dwarf.
Yeah.
Well, I guess considering the company y'all keep.
But
Come again.
What, sorry,
Excuse me,
what was
what?
that?
I think he's talking about me, guys.
Yeah,
Doesn't like
just
little
you,
people.
not the lady with the horns or the rock band.
Oi!
Hey!
Well, hey, I can't choose who the king hires to do his investigating. I guess he has to, equal opportunity and all that. Come along to the next town.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
boo him. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Hey, wait, that's me.
Well, dude, you were totally ruining my whole image of what you were as my childhood hero right now. This is seriously fucked up. These are my friends,
I'm ruining your image of a 70s cop show.
Actually,
Now
no.
that I think about it, it was
There
full
was
of
a lot of
horrible racism.
Yeah.
and sexism.
Yeah, there was. No, I don't think
Misogyny.
any episode passed the Bechdel test. That's for damn sure.
No.
Almost certainly. But let's not dwell on that point too much.
Good point. Yep.
You travel further through the woods, approaching the next town, and above this sleepy little hamlet that sits in a dell, smoke lazily rises from the chimneys, and thatched roofs populate the town. A tower sits on a hill nearby, a sturdy tower with two iron-bound wooden doors, and out the front of this tower, which is 40 or 50 feet tall, a congregation of women has gathered.
What are they doing?
I guess you'll want to talk to them. They all are the supporters of the young lass that was causing trouble in these parts.
Causing trouble.
Was she?
Yeah.
Kind of trouble.
Yeah, Zell was inciting the woman folk to take up jobs that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, I feel like this is really ruining our impartiality. Maybe we should just talk directly to the women.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
You know what?
Whatever.
Why don't you go take a slash again, Butt Flaps? We'll take it from here.
Thank God.
You
I just
definitely-
finished my port wine sack, and I really need to relieve
Right,
myself.
Off your
Should you
Yeah,
be
just
doing
fuck
that on the
off.
job?
Ah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I don't know why I went Scottish for a second there. Okay.
It's contagious.
This guy, it's really
Yeah.
finding it very difficult to keep that thing in the box in the back of my head that goes, think about it later. I feel like maybe I should
maybe think about
start
it
thinking
now.
about it now.
Yeah, he keeps
I-
on pushing it straight to the front,
Front
and then
of
I
the
go
line.
like, "Oh no, go
Oh,
back,"
no,
and then I was
childhood
like,
was
"No."
fine.
He says another
He
thing,
was a
and I just go
hero.
like, "Fuck this guy," and
Yeah.
then I go, "No," and
No,
yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
well,
let's go over to the women and speak to them.
What are you doing here?
We're good day to you. We're here to investigate the
Hey.
The
Prince Charming.
accusations against
you're
Prince
here
Charming.
to find out what happened to Zell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, well, she was our leader. She led our group.
You have to look up group?
Yeah,
Yeah, it says
the
group.
suffragette union. We've been trying to, change attitudes around here, get people into the right mindset. Let us ladies have a crack at jobs that we want to do, and not just the traditional, cooking and sewing and all of those stupid things. We want to have a meaningful contribution, but the men won't let us. The men folk.
All right. I'm fuck impartiality. I want one of those sashes.
Oh, all right. That'll be $10. We've got a square reader.
I've only got gold. Is that all right?
Oh, yes, that'll do fine. That's actually the currency. No schmeckles?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I've got a few back here, and I'm sure it's in my. Oh, there we go.
Nice to meet a fellow suffragette. Here's your sash.
My pants have pockets.
Wow, that's unlike any other pair of pants I've ever heard of.
That's very fancy. So I guess you're here to find out what happened to Zell, who was our union leader.
Yeah, how had your mission been going, first of all? And then, yes, what has happened to Zell?
Well, Zell was, she was such a great orator. She was catching the ear of all the local people, even some of the menfolk. And there was a really rising opinion that women should be able to take on jobs that otherwise are usually reserved for menfolk, like blacksmithing and farming.
Adventuring.
Adventuring, yes.
Yeah, no, that sounds perfectly, reasonable.
So what happened?
Well, as soon as Prince Charming heard that people were getting agitated, he came out and made a few speeches at the tavern about traditionalism and the way things used to be, the good old days.
Well, that in and of itself doesn't sound completely, reprehensible. How did he?
Well, he had a meeting with us. He sat us down and Rapunzel, gave her our opinion to him, and he simply discarded what she had to say. But the whole time he was just staring at her, just gross.
Yeah, that sounds nasty. But please tell me, what was the crime?
Well, he kept calling back at her tower, kept coming up, knocking on the door, but she didn't want to have anything to do with him. She was disgusted with him. Well, one day, she's drying her hair, and it's a lot of hair, and so it takes a long time to dry, so she hung it out the side of the tower.
I can imagine. It must take hours in the morning.
Right?
That's private.
Oh, that's going to translate so well for the podcast.
Fortunately, we're filming it.
Well, she was hanging her hair out to dry, and Prince Charming snuck up and tried to climb the side of the tower.
You what?
Yeah, he tried to climb up her hair into the tower.
What? Who climbs hair?
She was just drying it.
I know, disgusting.
That's not any kind of invitation. What's wrong with him?
No,
What
it's
happened?
not a rope either. It just ripped straight out of her scalp.
Of course, it's a whole human's weight upon your hair. That's going to rip. God damn it!
I know, disgusting.
What happened to Zell?
What happened to Zell?
Well, she's missing a huge patch of hair, and she, terrified of what he would do when she yelled at him and we all came chasing him off, she fled. She fled, fearing his persecution. She did leave a statement.
Good. Do you have any? I mean, I would gladly take the statement.
Here you go then.
All right. Okay.
No, I need the other side.
I'm not sure I could read that writing, so maybe just say
it's
it.
a bit scribbled. It says, "My name is Rapunzel. Let it be known that Devon Roomy did come to my tower and assault me by pulling of the hair whilst climbing the side of said tower."
Well, that's pretty clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Signed, Rapunzel.
Was there any other witnesses? So you all saw this happen?
Well, I saw the tears in her scalp afterwards.
Is there any way that we could speak to Rapunzel ourselves?
Well, she fled, like I said. I believe she's hiding in the woods somewhere, but I don't know where.
It's quite understandable, of course. Maybe we could. Maybe you would know a place that she might have gone?
Look, she was right to flee because Prince Charming came back with his guards days later and turned over the whole town. These are the only sashes that we have remaining. They destroyed all of our pamphlets.
That's ominous.
I know, our pamphlets.
Not the pamphlets. This cold-blooded...
Was there a big burning
There's no such thing
of
as a
them?
printing press. We have to handwrite them all.
Wow.
Did he burn them all? Did he throw it all into a big pile in
He
the
took them
center?
away as what they called evidence, along with that head of the police, that despicable butt flaps homicide.
Oh, God.
This is confronting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to get a pretty clear picture here of what might be going on. Look, have any of you heard of similar stories?
Oh, we've heard of other complaints. I heard of poor Snowy and what happened with her.
Yes, we've
Yes.
taken a statement from the dwarves. Unfortunately, she has also fled.
It's a terrible situation. I heard there's another girl in the city that also has been harassed by this monster.
In the city, you say?
Yes, in the city near the castle.
What's her name?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Do you know where she lives?
Yes,
I
here's her
kinda like-
address.
I'd kind of like to...
There she is.
2 Tower Way. Cindy.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Actually, I don't think we have.
That's
Not a single dice
Not
has been
even
rolled.
one.
No. It's all role play.
You came here for D&D and you got a story.
Yeah.
You've gone.
Off the table. We
was it,
don't
Jim?
accept that. We're not fucking animals here. Roll it on the table.
What are you rolling for, Origi?
Rolled it out of the box again.
I don't know.
7.
Why am I?
You're
still
rolling an investigation check to find out where the fuck we're going.
Yeah.
Your investigation check fails to yield the location of Zell.
I might just take this piece of paper you gave us with the address. Do I need to roll for that, or is that...
No.
I was going to say, does that mean we have to go with butt flaps again, or we got the address now?
Yeah, can we...
Howdy, y'all. I'm back.
Shit. Hey...
Come on, I'll take y'all to the last complainant. This one's a poorie, so don't worry about her. You ain't gonna get anything good from her either.
But
But
completely...
Flaps, I think we got it from here, you know? I think we can do it from here.
But how will y'all know how to get there?
We're very capable detectives. I mean, you must be a busy man. I understand. I mean, you've probably got people to oppress and like people to just insult, and you know, why don't you go and do that?
Yeah, y'all are right. I do have some people to oppress. Some halflings moved in recently.
Yeah.
I gotta go and kick down some doors. I'll see y'all later then.
Excellent. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Brackeye frantically tries to rub out the signature on his arm knee. Jesus, that guy fucking
Oh,
killed
I
me.
signed the wrong
Do you want
arm
me to
knee.
help
Hang
you
on.
with that? Actually,
Well,
You got me.
Tieflings have special cleaning
Is
spit.
this payback for the hat thing or what? Like,
Absolutely.
right. There's a third victim.
right, let's
You
go
find
and
yourselves.
Cindy.
You find yourselves back in the city, and you find a house, an old rickety house. It leans out into the street, and a small sign hangs out the front: "Room and board for rent."
See, I was starting to think the connecting part of the stories were the towers, but this one's only 2 stories, so we can rule that out. Brackeye makes
put a line through
sizable
that.
line through his theories page,
Well, I mean, that's a very good way of detecting, I think.
taking all possibilities into consideration.
Yeah. And eliminating them when they're no longer appropriate.
Well, that's what.
Sounds like investigation.
That's
Yes.
what Butt Flaps Homicide told me.
Oh, mate, there. And I hug you around the thighs because I'm really short. It's all right, mate. It's all right. Sometimes the people we look up to turn out to be absolute cunts.
Thanks, Snatch. I couldn't have put it better myself.
I'll always be here on VHS.
Fuck you, butt flaps.
Where did that come
So you approach the boarding house and knock on the door, and it's opened by 3 women, all in. 2 of them are wearing aprons. One is covered with clay. The others is covered in paint. And the third sister, her fingers are blackened by ink. Welcome. Are you here about the board? We only have one room, I'm afraid.
No, unfortunately, we have more pressing matters. We're here
we
about
can't help you. I'm
Cindy.
sorry.
No, it's
They
okay.
try to slam the door.
No, Thandor chucks his foot in the door. No,
Make
that's
a
kinda weird,
strength check.
No, don't.
Oh no, I just.
Does it come down to Thandor?
No, I wanted to do
in
a
the lid.
in the lid. I wanted to do a persuasion check. Oh, it's a 6.
Excellent.
It slams your foot in the door jamb. It really...
Ah, shit. Okay, I'm sorry. We're here about Cindy. We're concerned. We've heard all this stuff about Prince Charming, and we are trying to get to the bottom of everything.
We've gone through enough with the guard. We don't have to answer any more questions.
We are truly impartial. If it comes to light, which, not to influence your testimony, if it comes to light that Prince Charming is guilty of misdeeds, we will pursue retribution to the full extent of our abilities.
Persuasion check,
Brackeye
please.
bristles with a werewolf kind of countenance.
Ooh.
Oh, it came up.
18!
Hey.
Very nice.
Nice.
Well, I guess a few more questions can't hurt. Come in. They take you into a drawing room.
Not except psychologically. Yep, let's come in.
The pictures in here are beautiful.
Oh, thank you. They were all drawn by Rachel, one of our sisters. Yes, that's me. I'm Rachel. I'm a painter.
This vase is a delight.
Oh,
Delightful.
thank you. That's me, Anna, with a different voice, the sculptor.
The calligraphy on this letter that I'm not really reading, but just noting out of the corner of my eye, is just spectacular.
Beautiful.
Ah, thank you. That's me, the third sister, Penny.
Oh,
Also with a different voice.
Well, you are as distinct as you are talented, you three. Well done to you.
We are triplets.
Oh, no, yeah, it makes sense.
We got
you
that.
have such distinct voices.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you said you had questions about Cindy.
Yes, we do.
Aye, that's right.
Please tell us everything pertaining to Prince
And
Charming.
look, if it puts you at ease, this investigation is completely separate from Mr. Homicide.
Oh,
Or Rex.
well, that does put us all at ease. Let me start at the beginning. Cindy was a hopeful young girl who
No,
came
once upon a time at the start of that. Sorry.
once.
Are you mansplaining how to tell the story?
He got you there.
No, yeah, I think I am. I'm sorry.
just totally.
Did
Yeah.
Red card.
Yeah.
Fresh
Thank
fish.
you.
Good. Yep.
Fresh fish. Well, Cindy rented from us until recently. You see, we rent the room to make a little of extra money because being an artist is hard.
On an unrelated note, we'll be selling merch after the show. Carry on, Greg.
She was always kind, so polite and studious. She was a gifted healer. She studied the arts of medicine and tried to find every book that she could find. It was always her dream to gain entry to the university in town. But of course, only men can study to be doctors in the university.
Wait, what?
Yes. I know, right?
Wow, sister, who's the potter? Your voice just sounded completely different just then.
But she kept applying to the university, but they turned her away again and again. Her only chance was the prince's scholarship. And the only way for her to meet the prince was to make her way to the ball. And so she scrimped and saved. She did extra jobs. We helped her sew a dress for the night. And we went down to the local op shop and found her a pair of crystal slippers.
Wow, good find. Good find.
Yeah, I know,
Good
right?
find.
Yeah, really.
And at an option.
Once
I
in
mean,
a lifetime.
they were a little small for her feet, but she squeezed into them anyway. She was so focused on becoming a doctor. She just wanted to help people. Anyway, she she made her way to the ball and got herself in front of Prince Charming. And when she did, she tried to tell him of all she'd studied and all she could do, but all he would do was stare at her feet and slobber over her tiny, tiny feet.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Oh, my.
More like Prince impartial.
He offered her the scholarship if he would let him do horrible things to her feet, so she fled in disgust.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
I mean, that's cool and all, but just not her thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into that.
I know.
Certainly
no
no
kink shame.
kink.
But
So she fled, leaving a slipper behind her in her haste. And the prince then turned the city upside down, looking for this small-footed Cindy, our Cindy.
It seems like a waste of resources.
I know, it was.
seems...
He came to this house and Cindy was terrified. She hid in the attic and the prince and his guards looked at our feet and called us ugly. They said we had ugly feet.
You what?
I know, they called us the ugly sisters.
I'm supposed to be impartial, but your feet are quite delightful. Not in a just objective way. They look like normal, good feet.
Thank you. I
They look
also
like
think
feet.
that they're good, normal feet.
But also, you know, I mean, I'm going to go out and say subjectively as well. I think they're quite lovely.
Well, thank you, Snatch. Oh, I mean, I don't know your name, but yep. And the guard came in and they measured all of our feet. They measured the feet of all the women in the city and created a ledger. And now no one will buy our art or writing because they say we're ugly because we have big feet.
Right, but... So he made a whole ledger of...
Yes, of feet
That seems-
size.
It's a bit vindictive, isn't
I'm
it?
sorry. Okay,
You're right, Thandor.
No, I'm really struggling to not... to remain, we're not going to be subjective about this, we're going to remain objective. This dude sounds seriously fucked up. He measured every person's foot in the fucking city.
Yes, just the women.
Just
yes.
the women.
Yes, just the women's feet. It wasn't
My
the men's
God.
feet that were measured, was.
Dare they not measure the man's feet?
Let me guess as
I
well.
think you've missed the point there.
I think you missed the point as well.
Swing and a miss.
Yes, if I had a red card, I would have lifted it on that
I think
one.
you're off piece there.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm really, this guy sounds
Listen, I know you're impartial, but you seem quite trustworthy. I've got a statement from Cinderella.
Oh, thank
Please
goodness.
read it.
my
Yes, it's
God.
written. I'll give it to you afterwards. It says, I, Cinderella, went to the ball to beseech the prince to support my application for the university scholarship. He said, if I let him do horrible things to my feet,
Oh my God.
he would give it to me. When I refused, he wouldn't take no for an answer, so I fled. He then pursued me further to the point that I had to flee the city. His actions have ruined my life, turned it upside down, and made me flee to the woods. Signed, Cindy-rella.
All right.
Right.
You know, let's huddle. You guys, look. You know what?
Maybe actually we should thank them for their time and do this
yeah.
in the street rather than impose on them.
Yeah.
I mean, we could huddle in their lounge room, but I feel
No,
like
let's not.
they probably
No,
have busy
sure.
schedules.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. But thank you, and I hope you bring that monster to justice. Yes, me as well, and also me, the third triplet.
As unique as you are gifted, as I said. No,
Rest assured, we will, and we walk out the door and we huddle immediately outside.
Right.
Right.
Are we sure we're out of earshot?
It doesn't. Well, let's move. Let's huddle over
Well,
here
you
a bit.
wanna do a
We shuffle
perception
along a
check?
bit further. It was stealth check. Look, it would be really good to speak to the three women in question, but I think it's about time we find this smarmy prick, isn't it, and talk to him.
We have witness statements.
We have plenty of witness statements.
3 different instances. I think that the king is full of shit. Prince Charming sounds like a total fucking fuckwit.
Yeah.
He sounds like a total fuckwit.
So
Wow,
let's-
Thando, your
I'm
anger
sorry,
is really messing with your eloquence. But I
Yeah,
get you.
I'm really not being able to be all objective on this one. I'm just really no.
Look, let's find the prince.
Exactly.
Let's talk to him. We'll do a bit of detective work. Maybe we can go, bad cop, bad cop, bad cop, bad cop on him. I don't know. What do you think?
Hey,
Sounds good to me.
That sounds good. That
Yeah.
sounds good.
Okay, roll an investigation check to see if you can find out the location of Prince Charming.
Oh, that's not good.
Someone. Oh! Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4.
We're well-intentioned, but totally
Yeah,
fucking hopeless.
At a complete loss, you find your feet trail you back to the keep, the castle where the King
That
Jack
would make
resides.
sense.
I really thought it was a left, then a right.
I thought I'd find him at the fishmonger's shop, but he wasn't there.
Well,
I.
have y'all resolved your investigation?
Are you the king or butt
Oh,
flaps?
look, I'm the king. Can't you tell by my lordly accent?
Yeah, and
Yeah, right.
So
Just
different from butt flaps.
Well, just a sense of superiority. It's
Yes,
maybe a little
it is.
elevated. Yeah.
Oh, look at me with all these pre-prepared titles just ready to be signed. What should I do with them?
Probably shove them up your ass to start with, I reckon.
Yeah, probably.
I am the king.
All right, get your fucking ass guy to shove him up your ass for you. I don't care.
Yeah. You want it
Okay.
on a pillow? I don't know.
Okay, I will.
Out comes the privy man guy.
With his stick with a rag wrapped around it.
Starlight.
Right, where's the prince?
Well, he's on an extended hunting trip to stay away from all the, controversy.
And where would he be hunting?
In the forest?
Wait.
Well,
That's where he said that's where the women have run away to, at least 2 of them.
I'm glad you would.
Fuck.
I'm glad you
I
would.
wrote it all down in my notebook as I.
Yep.
Good memory. I didn't remember
No
that.
memory, notebook.
Is he due back anytime soon?
No, not until I summon him.
Well, summon him!
Now.
I will. Perhaps you could go with my messenger because that's what I got written on the game.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Rex.
And we've only got an hour. We're really running out of time.
Yeah, all right.
We are.
Star wipe.
Star wipe. You find yourselves tracking through the forest, and you quickly give me survival checks. Why not? This is a D&D podcast.
Why not?
14.
11.
16.
Your group survival, you're able to find the tracks of the prince's hunting party, and as you chase him down through the woods, it takes you a few days as you travel.
Jeez, they're sloppy hunters. They're all over the shop. They must be drunk.
And as you approach, you can see the hunting party is taking a rest off to the right, and you see the figure of the prince stalking a deer up ahead. Give me perception checks.
Yeah, all the dice rolls at the end of the game. Oh, that's a 1.
20!
Ariki's is looking in the other direction to snatch because she got a 1.
And Bracco's looking at Ariki's and scratching his head, trying to figure out what she's looking at.
Everybody except Snatch is blinded by their fury at the prince.
I got a 15. I didn't
And
get that out.
everyone except Thandor and Snatch is blinded by their fury at the prince. But Snatch and Thandor, you spot to the side the figures of 3 young women creeping through the bush, each armed with a weapon. One of the young ladies has long, very long hair, which is all very closely shorn on one side. Another has pale white skin and long black hair, and the third blonde hair and very small feet.
Oh,
Oh.
I know that.
fuck. What do we do?
They are. You can see that the 3 are hunting the prince.
Right, and how far away is he from them?
They are on the clearing behind him. It's
Thandor
now
turns a
thing.
blind eye.
Oh.
The hunting party are nearby. The prince's retinue are also nearby.
Thandor, do you see that?
I do.
It's very hard to remain impartial, isn't it? We
I
should
know.
turn
I'm
blind.
really struggling right now.
Should we just... oi, you two.
What?
Hey,
Turn around that way.
Fucking, we got the
Oh,
3
shit.
women there.
I wonder if maybe we could let them do their thing. Well, or
One of the hunting parties stands up. Oi, Prince, there's someone...
I pull out my crossbow and I shoot that fucker through the throat.
Yeah, roll.
13.
Your crossbow quarrel flies straight and true, and he says, Prince, there's someone... Oh, it strikes him in the throat. Blood fountains out to the side as he drops to the ground. And as it does, the three young women race out into the clearing, surrounding Prince Charming with his bob haircut.
What a
fuck that
fucking
guy.
asshole.
Confronting the prince, they take their vengeance. Rapunzel rips his hair from his head, and as she grabs his bob hair, she rips it off, and revealing that it is a toupee.
hey, wait a second.
Cindy steps in and stamps on his foot, breaking his foot in his boot, and as it does, the stench of his foul feet is revealed. And then Snowy steps forward and punches him in the face. Fuck you, Prince Charming. As the three take their vengeance on the prince, they are able to move back into society, and well,
Just a quick walk.
just a quick walk. Just step back in.
Star wipe, sorry.
Star wipe. Star wipe. End of the
Society,
hour. Society.
Do they?
Well, everyone except the prince, who's a fucking asshole.
You know, boys, all right, we got business to attend to. A certain 70s detective.
Yeah.
I think it's time for him to meet the Tide Five.
Yeah, I think
Properly.
You head back to the city and arrive at the guard house, and you break in, and Buttflap's homicide is reclining on his chair, his feet up on his desk. Well, I guess y'all didn't do any good, huh?
beg to differ,
we're
mate.
about to bring the good right to you as
Not
well.
to me. I'm a 70s TV star.
Well, I think you need an update on your period.
No, mate. It's fucking 2019. Pew-pew.
Fuck you.
Go
Guiding
for it.
Bolt 19.
Oh my God, Thandor rolled a 19.
I know. Thandor cast
Seriously, that
Guiding
never
Bolt.
happens. A shimmering bolt of your god's power flies forward, buoyed by your fury, and strikes Buttflap's homicide, illuminating him for the next attack.
Brackeye with his great sword drawn, tears streaming down his face as he's forced to destroy his childhood hero, just wails, raging blow after blow down onto Buttflap's homicide.
You've got advantage on that too.
Oh, that's a 16 and a 19.
19.
My other two attacks as well, or just that one?
Just that one. You
Okay.
step forward, stabbing the greatsword through Buttflap's homicide's chest.
Oh, you were supposed to be good, but you're an asshole. Who would have thought it? Buttflap's homicide, an asshole.
Did you kill him? Just before you do, I feel like Snatch like jumps forward. Wait. We shouldn't just end these fuckers' lives and let them get out of it that simply just by like going down to the depths of hell. We should keep them alive and make sure that they see justice and head up some kind of thing that makes these people see justice. It's not all right for them to continue the way they do.
Yeah,
and the people in the city want to make sure that you know they've all got the right idea.
I agree, but Brackeye's raging, so try and persuade him, you know?
All right. 18.
All right. Yeah, Brackeye kind of stops. Withdraws his sword from Buttflap's chest. Nods at you, snatching goes, yeah.
And over the next 3 hours, you have a good hard chat to Buttflap's homicide about his archaic ideals and thoughts.
But also the king, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, did Prince get killed?
I mean, we can't wrap up all the loose ends.
Fair enough.
Real
No, I
life.
kind
Yeah.
of feel like
Fantasy game.
I
you
kind of
know?
feel like it's a feudal system, so we need to like try him with mob mentality and then draw and quarter them is maybe...
Yeah.
And then,
Unfortunately, you can't solve all of society's ills at the end of a sword.
Touche.
Make you laugh and make you think, you know?
yeah.
Well, here ends tonight's fairy tale, a revealing story about an archaic male. These are the tales we tell our children without too much thought about what's within. Let's think twice before regurgitating old tales and consider whether they have the male gaze. For the tales we tell our children at night should turn them from the darkness towards the light.
Let's hear it for Greg! The real star of tonight's show. Well, this is the last game, the last show of our Adelaide Fringe run, and we couldn't have had a better time. This night, with all of you here tonight, was real special. So give yourselves a big clap for that, for being here. Thanks for coming here and playing D&D with us. We've had such a good time. Please check out our podcast if you haven't already. It's all up online. 60 plus hours, all for free. www.dicepaperroll.com. What else?
I think that's it.
That's it?
We will be selling some merch downstairs. We'd love to chat to you, so hang around downstairs. But I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you, everybody.
Keep the D&D alive.